Hey, welcome back to another episode here on the Meerkats from Mars SMP server. My name is Edee, and we can finally take a break from the village upgrade competition. Why? Because it's over. The last several months, we took on a massive project to upgrade a naturally generated Minecraft village here on this server. I really thought 6 months would be enough time to get everything done, but I really bit off more than I could chew. Unfortunately, we didn't finish on time, and we still have an entire castle to build and fill up the interior of everything around us. Not to say we didn't get anything done, because we certainly did a lot of building. We started with the shipyard, then we built the walls, laid out our paths, set up the village, the library, the marketplace, and then we put up a giant custom tree. And to make it a proper village, we started adding villagers back into this area in the form of merchants and armor stands. I don't expect to win this competition because we didn't get to finish before the deadline, but I hope to at least get some points for our efforts. So in this episode, we're going to take a break from all the building and go around the server looking at other village upgrades from the other Meerkats. There's some information at the shopping district on how to vote or rate everyone's village, so we should probably head on over there and get the details. Instead of flying back and forth on the nether roof, I think I'm going to ride one of these horses. Might as well use them since they're here, and the portal we set up should allow horses to pass through the portal without them suffocating in a wall. I'm tired of using up all the rockets just to go from here to the shopping district and back. It's a long ways away. And I think this horse with the diamond armor is the fastest one we have, so giddy up. But before we go, Mayor Zoe asked me for a little favor. She plans to auction off some islands around the shopping district, and the plan is to have the Meerkats develop these islands into vacation homes, or a place for some much needed R&R. So I put together a little advertisement video, and I want to know what you think. So, without further ado, roll that tape. Does anyone say tape anymore? Roll that footage. Brenda, roll that footage. Are you having a bad day? Are you having a rough week? Are things just not going the way you'd expected? Do you need to just get away from all the pain and frustration, losing your gear and drained from the daily grind? Well, how about stopping by the Meerkats from Mars shopping district, where you can meet me, Edee, CEO of Feels Like Home Interior Design and Realty, where I can help you find and set up your dream home or vacation spot. Come step inside my office and I can tell you about our special promotion going on right now. Picture yourself relaxing on your private beach, soaking up the sun, and going for a relaxing dip in the water. Feels Like Home Realty can get you there. We have 9 exclusive islands right now available for sale for your future vacation getaway. Explore. Develop. Profit. Endless possibilities. Beautiful views. Make friends along the way. Schedule your appointment to view these beautiful private islands today, and let your creative freedom run wild. And let your troubles melt away. We want to help you find something that feels like home. And there you have it, the first official promotional video by Feels Like Home Interior Design and Real Estate. Hopefully, that will persuade the other Meerkats to buy up those islands around the shopping district. Speaking of, we are at the shopping district in front of the voting booth. Mayor Zoe put this together to allow us to vote for our favorite village in the village upgrade competition here on the Meerkats from Mars SMP server. Let's go take a look and see what we need to do. Okay, it says, please read book in booth first. All right, here's the book, Meerkats from Mars Village Upgrades Competition. Okay, let's There's a lot of pages. All right. Congratulations, Meerkats. We made it to the end of our village upgrade event. Last step in the event is voting for your favorite village. Okay. Voting option 1, rename piece of paper with your favorite 3. And then voting option 2, take a book and quill and give us a detailed response. There's so much words. Cow village? What? Cow village? I really loved how chicken village? Okay, top 3. Okay, I think we get an idea of what's going on here. And I'm going to screenshot these coordinates so that way we can just jump to one spot after another. We have quite a few entries. Good luck to all the contestants in the voting process. Okay, so we got Henners, Sogaishin, Emmalinebee, Dingyfried, Edee, Zoe, and Luque. We have quite the list of talented contestants. I think voting for a favorite is going to be really hard, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to record each village in a third-person perspective and try to provide a score for each village. Then I'll list out the top 3 villages with the highest score, and then we'll come back here and drop off our ballot. There's a lot to see, and not a lot of time in this video, so let's get going. First up, we have Henners' East Pole Village. As the camera pans out, you can see Henners has designed his village after Santa's workshop in the North Pole. It's a medium-sized village with multiple homes, workshops, and a train station in a frozen tundra. But don't let the cold fool you. This village is overflowing with charm and lore that warms the soul. The town square has an amazing steampunk-styled Christmas tree made up of different stages of oxidized copper, with lots of presents sitting underneath. I really love how the village is laid out. Everything here feels like it belongs and nothing is out of place. Max points for style, creativity, and originality. It truly is breathtaking. And it doesn't stop there. Each building's interior is also complete. The main building we're in is where I would say the presents are put together and packaged while Santa overlooks the production from his loft-style office. The presents are then placed on the conveyor belt that transports the presents from the workshop to the outside and onto a custom-built train. Tons of presents for all the Minecraft villager children on the Meerkats from Mars server. Overall, I'd say Henners has done an excellent job with this village and has set the standard quite high on this competition. Well done, Henners. Well done. Now let's head to the next contestant. Coming out of the portal, we are on a riverbed surrounded by what looks like a dense forest or a hilly savanna. We land on the north side of this village, claimed and upgraded by the one and the only Sogaishin. Now Soga has managed to acquire a lot of Blackstone. Not only has he bought out the shopping district several times, I've helped him take down a bastion or two just to harvest all the Blackstone, and it's quite obvious where it all went. The Asian-themed building sits on top of the enormous Blackstone pyramid-like structure. And judging by the shulker monster here, I don't think the village is quite completely finished. But that doesn't make the build any less impressive. The amount of detail and symmetry that went into this structure is phenomenal. All the trapdoors, the fences, the fence gates, the lanterns, all meticulously placed. The color palette goes so well together, and it stands out from the lush greens in the surrounding terrain. It's unfortunate that Soga didn't get to finish because I would love to see how this all comes together. Still, an amazing job, Soga. An impressive build nonetheless. Now let's move on to the next village. This next village brings us down to the deep dark where we use a night vision potion to Emmalinebee's ancient city village. We walk down a long, dark corridor lined with stacks upon stacks of candles lighting our path, where we are met by the towering village gates. I assume the gates are to prevent unwanted guests from entering, but come on, we all know it's probably to keep those pesky villagers inside where they belong. Walking through, we are immediately faced with the impressive ancient city altar. The rules in this competition allows the participant to build an original village if there's no naturally generated village in a particular biome, and Emma has chosen an ancient city. She single-handedly removed every shrieker and skulk sensor, went hand-to-hand combat with countless wardens just so she could build up this thriving village for the competition. It's dark down here, and I've bumped up the brightness for this video so you could see all the glory that is in this village. But when I walked through, the soul lanterns gave just enough light to set the ambiance of a deep, dark, ancient city. And every turn and corner was a surprise. I felt there was always something to explore and something to see. The walkways are filled with live animations from the villagers and iron golems that transform the once ominous ancient city atmosphere into something warm and inviting. And although I could spend a ton of time down here, there are other villages we need to see. So let's move on to our next village. Now, I know what you're thinking, but I promise this is another ancient city village. This one is brought to you by Dingyfried. Yeah, I know we already saw an ancient city village, but I'm only following the order listed in the book from the shopping district, so please just sit tight and let's just go through the formalities and look at our neighbor's village upgrade. So like Emmalinebee, Dingyfried chose to build a brand new village in a cave because there aren't any naturally generated villages in caves. But Dingy chose to go in a more colorful route in his village with lots of exposed stone, diorite, granite, and torch spamming. But in all seriousness, I believe the bright saturated colors used in his buildings are to contrast and stand out in the dark ambiance of the cave. Except this time I didn't have to adjust the video brightness because of all the torches have this entire place really well lit. There's a lot to explore and a lot to see from the outside, including the massive diamond whirlpool in the center of the village. I'm not quite sure what the story is behind that, but it's an interesting piece nonetheless. Maybe it's liquid magic supplied from our magic tree on the surface providing the life force here deep underground. Or it could be the byproduct of our village sewage system. I haven't decided yet. As we walk along the torch-lit path around the reservoir, Dingy highlights the natural formation of the cave with a random fishing hut. I'm sure there's a lot more planned, and you have to realize how much time it takes to detail every block placement in this village. There are countless blocks used for detailing and texturing. It's amazing how much is done in such a huge space. But enough darkness in caves. How about we head up to the surface and walk around in the sun for a little bit. Then we make our way up to the surface to our village. If you've been following my series, then you know we built everything you see here. The shipyard, the walls, the landscape, the armor stands, and the terraforming, and everything inside as well. The only thing left to do is the castle and the interiors. Of course, if you want to see everything, shameless plug, I highly recommend going back and watching my videos where I explain my ideas and thought process. I'm not going to spend too much time here, so we'll just move to the next village. Mayor Zoe's Guanajuato's Mexico village. You can guess where Zoe got her inspiration for her village. Guanajuato is a city in central Mexico. It lies at the bottom of a canyon ravine with bright, colorful buildings all along tight, narrow walkways. And what Zoe started to build here is reminiscent of the real-life city. I think there's a lot left unfinished here, but I hope she continues to work on this project. The foundations are placed, and it's a strong start in this desert mesa biome. It's rare for a village to generate near a mesa, so this would be an amazing village upgrade. She already got the layouts of where the buildings are going to go, and that's a great start. Sometimes it's tough to try and build all the structures at the same time. It might be easier if she completes one house at a time. Not only will it break out the projects into smaller and more manageable projects, it also helps organize the inventory space. Keep going, Zoe, you can do it. And we finally come to our last village upgrade by Luque. Luque has created some kind of fisherman island village? Alright, let's just stop pretending for a second here. This is an absolute masterpiece. I mean, we're clearly winning the competition with our village, but Luque's village will give us some stiff competition. He took a small island village and transformed it into a densely packed island full of villagers and lore. Look at all the detail packed into this space. My only criticism here is the lack of continuity between the black and red flags. They should be waving in the same direction, right? Deduction! Take away 100 points! Mark it down, Brenda! Take away 100 points, please. Surely Luque didn't have time to do the interiors, right? Wrong! The interiors are also jam-packed with detail. Every block meticulously scrutinized with nothing out of place, from the grindstones to the tripwire hooks to anvils to the black handles to the sea pickles. There's so much to look at. And he's managed to add a ton of detail in small builds like this boat. Who says you need a mega build to get detail into builds? Certainly not Luque. Luque don't care, Luque does what he wants. Luque will tell a story without saying a word. He tells the story by placing blocks, and you can feel it walking through the pirate shanty island. Look at the trading space. Look at the heads on the spikes on top of the houses. Look at the fortress on top of the hill. It's amazing what Luque has done in the amount of time that we were given in this competition. We all know who's winning this competition. It's me, obviously, right? Yeah, it's me. We just need to have a second and third place, you know? So let's go back to the shopping district and place our votes before the deadline. And we're back at the shopping district, and I hope you enjoyed that tour around the server, seeing the village upgrades from our fellow Meerkats. I went ahead and wrote out my choices for first, second, and third place, but it wasn't an easy decision. Every village was amazing. And yes, despite all his shenanigans, Dingy's village was also acceptable. No, they were all good. Everybody did really well, which made it very hard to pick my top 3. Which were your favorites? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, let's get going with this thing, and enough stalling here. Let's open this book and I'll show you my top picks. Meerkats from Mars, Village Upgrade Score, book by Edee, Volume 1, because we might have more competitions in the future. Who knows? All right, next page. Edee's top 3 village upgrades on the Meerkats from Mars SMP. It's worth repeating. Okay, let's go to the next page. Third place. ... Who do we have? Drum roll, please. Emmalinebee. Good job, Emma. All right, let's go on to the next page. We have a blank page. Whoops. Second place. All right. ... Henners! Okay, we got Henners. Really great East Pole village. Wonderful job, Henners. And surprise, surprise, first place winner. ... Now, I thought it would be kind of funny just to add a whole bunch of pages like it's loading data. Then we got all this unnecessary suspense for no particular reason at all. Just because I thought it might be funny. I don't know. And our winner is Luque. Yes. I thought it was pretty obvious from my review that Luque was going to win. I didn't feel right voting for myself since I did not complete my village. So I didn't think I should count. Anyway, I put Luque up top as number 1. I really liked his village. Now let's go back into the voting booth and put this in the voting chest. Goodbye, village upgrade. Oh, It just took it right away. Okay, I thought it was going to be one of those trap chests where it disappears after you close the chest, but whatever, it's gone now. All right, so what do we do now? The village competition is over, but does that mean we stop building at the village completely? No, of course not. I plan to finish what we started. I'm going to start laying out the foundation for the castle and set up some farms. But I'm not going to stop there. There are other projects that have been put on hold until the village upgrade was done. And now that it is, there's some parkour course that I want to build at the gaming district, and possibly an electric course to plan out. On top of that, we have a business in feels like home interior design and real estate to run. And who knows what else the idea stick will bring. Oh, and there's a huge project going on right now on top of the nether roof. I'm blowing a giant hole through the bedrock to make way for the new nether hub. I'll probably do a lot of that off camera because it doesn't make very good content, but we'll see how it goes. Next video, we'll probably have the results of the village upgrade competition and we'll see who officially won, quote unquote. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for your support. And one last thing, Meerkats from Mars has a Discord channel. I put a link in the description, so come hang out. No, really, come say hi. It's really quiet in there. All right, that'll be it from me. I'll see you next time.